Hey guys, Marmalade here, and I thought I'd bring you along for another adventure like last week's. Because of a glitch in the schedule, I have 3 or 4 days off, so I thought, I'm going to get away. So, what better place than the Mammoth Lakes area off the 395 near the Sierra? I thought it'd be fun to go find some BLM land, some area that's just free. Just land you can stay on, and then also do some day hikes. I was gonna maybe backpack, but I decided against it. I'm not quite ready to backpack again yet. I will soon, but so the plan right now is it is, what is it, Monday the 25th. So I'm really gonna just basically be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday up there, and it is about a 6.5 hour drive, so it is a ways from Southern California, but I've got I think about a little over 3 hours to go right now. I've gotten over the Grapevine. I'm out in the middle of the nowhere in the desert, going past Ridgecrest by the PCT. But we're gonna go up, and today is just a travel day. It's not really part of the deal, but just kind of doing a little intro and telling you the plan. I'm gonna find somewhere to park and oh, by the way, I have a lot less gear this time. I'm not making I did buy some food to make every night, but I'm not doing fancy meals. So you won't watch the big recipes or any of that kind of stuff, especially if you're not into it. I'm sure you'll be happy about that. But yeah, I have food planned out, but just super simple. I'll be near Mammoth if I have to buy anything or I want to go get coffee or something like that. I may just make my own coffee in the mornings, but today is just find somewhere to crash. I'm going to sleep in my car all 3 nights, so I don't need my tent. I don't have to deal with the weather. But I am lucky, though. Although it's almost the end of September, and as you guys probably know, in the Sierra, and this area can get very nasty weather-wise. Is going to be in the low 70s to around 70 as a high every day. They're having like not a heat wave, but a little warm spurt for the 3 days I'll be there. And it's been nice anyway, but it's just going to be a fraction warmer, so around 70 to 73, and lows at the lowest around 40 to 43. So really nice. I'm just going to sleep in the car. I don't have to deal with wind, or it's not going to rain, but any kind of iffy weather. I don't have to deal with setting up the tent and breaking it down in the mornings. And I want to just do some hikes. I've got a couple of really interesting ones, day hikes planned. Tomorrow I have had a long day, and it's all this driving, 6.5, 7 hours of time to get gas and food and stuff on the way up. It's a long time to be in the car. So tomorrow, I think of the hikes I have planned, I'm going to do some of the easier, shorter ones that are supposed to be really pretty. And of course, I'll bring you along to all of those. The middle day, that's tomorrow's Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe a harder hike, and then I thought I'd be up by Mammoth, but I think I'm going to come back like towards home about an hour, hour and a half towards Independence, and maybe stay in Alabama Hills, which is also BLM, like public land. And there's a crazy interesting hike that I can't wait to do. I'll tell you about it when we get there, but I'm gonna look up the history of it, but never heard of it. I've never had a hike where a lot of times when you hike to a lake or a peak, things like that, and I'll do a few of those on this trip. But this is just the end goal. It's something I've never hiked to or even really seen on a trail, so I can't wait to show and tell you about that. So come along. It's going to be really, really pretty. I'm going to have a really good, nice weather spurt. It's going to be clear and sunny and warm. And of course, some of the lower hikes are going to be even warmer, possibly around 80. So crazy to have this kind of weather when it's almost October in the Sierra, but I'm going to take advantage of it. It's probably my last chance to get up here before the weather turns, and then I'll have to wait till next year. So come along, and we'll see what kind of trouble we can get into and what we can see. All right, guys, as promised yesterday in my intro, we are gonna do shorter, kind of hopefully more simpler hikes today. I am a little tired. I did get some rest last night though, but we are going to VENMO craters. It's gonna be exciting. We're almost there. Road is actually not as bad as I thought it was supposed to be. Some of the comments said the road was rough, but they maybe had a small sedan, but an SUV, it's not so bad. And no need for a four-wheel drive if you come to this. I unfortunately had somebody pulling right in front of me off the main road, so I'm in a dust bowl right now behind them. But oh yeah, here we go. Here's the parking lot. Good morning, good morning. Well, this is day one of our adventure, and I'm bringing you to the VENMO craters, like I said, and I'm really excited about this. If you hear that noise, look at the massive shrapnel here behind me. I don't know what happened here. I think they're cutting out all the dead stuff, but it's quite a bit. I mean, there are a bunch of green trees, but I would say it looks like 75% is dead, but first one is not very hard. I've actually had the eye on this one for quite a while over the years when I've come here to hike and do 3 or 4 day trips out here. I just never made it out here. It's about 1.5 miles dirt road, like I said in my intro a little earlier, but not a tough road at all. I don't know if it's different when it's snowy or really wet, but yeah, you can bring a sedan down here and be fine. This trail is 1.6 miles. And 314 feet of elevation gain, so not bad at all. Yeah, I have a feeling it's just going to be here leaving the parking lot. It's not very steep, but it's just gradual. But the comments, I got this hike off All Trails, says one of the 2 craters is not very pretty. The other one has beautiful greenish blue water in it. So we're going to bring it to you and show it to you. Let's get it on, baby. All right, guys, here's hike number 2 today, a very short one. It's called Obsidian Dome. Obsidian Dome. And it's so short I didn't even bring my backpack. It's 0.9 miles out and back, so just under a half mile each way and 121 feet up. It's a little bit hard to see here, but everything behind me is obsidian. I'll try to show you some more, but let's see if we can get, I can see the sun reflecting off all this black obsidian. Let's see if I can, there's some right here, let's see if you can see it or not. Let's see if I can get it in the shot here. But all of this obsidian, it's pretty amazing, really. On the PCT, I went through Obsidian Falls in that area. And it was a section of obsidian, but this is just, everything is. So let's see where we can go. Right now I'm going up pretty steep, and it's a sharp turn, so I can't really see what's at the top. So let's get up there. Well guys, those are two pretty short, simple hikes. Give you some ideas in case you can't hike far, you don't have much time, or you just want to see something new out here. It is 11 o'clock and I'm heading back north on the 395 up to Mammoth. I need to edit, I'm going to go to Starbucks again. I need to edit and upload another video for my PCT hike. I'm down to my last 3 actual hiking days on trail, and I promised myself and everybody else I wanted to post one every single day. So I have it fairly much edited. I just have to get there where I have some Wi-Fi and upload it, so it'll go up tomorrow. Now we may do another hike that's pretty easy. We'll see how time goes. I want to take you out to my first time going to this dispersed camping that I want to show you, that I'm really excited about. I've been wanting to go there for years. I even tried to almost go there in the winter time, but it was too gnarly. The weather was too bad and it was way too cold. It was like 0 degrees, so I didn't want to deal with that. So we're going to go there. We still had nice weather. It was 65 degrees when I was out of the car doing that last obsidian hike. So you guys see all that beautiful forest right there? This is Owens River Dispersed Camping. Owens River Road Dispersed Camping. It's hard to say, but I've been wanting to come here for years, and man, is it beautiful. It's about 65 out right now. It might get cold down to about 40 tonight, but that's not cold compared to how it normally gets. This place is covered in snow sometimes. But yeah, I wanted to show you my camp spot here, and there's hardly any bed out here. Here in the summer it gets tough, but I want to show you my spot. Look at this. So the road comes down here and it's just a turnout, and I got the whole place to myself. Because it's not too hot, I'm going to sit kind of in the shade/sun, making hamburgers tonight. So I'm going to cook the burgers there. But yeah, this is my spot. I'm going to camp in the tent, but look how pretty this is. It's just beautiful. And the best part is it's BLM land. It's free land to camp on, so that's the right price. It is, let me see what time it is. It's about 3:25, pretty much set up. I'm going to cook early and actually eat this before it gets too chilly, and just chill and enjoy the outdoors. I can even put a jacket on when it gets chillier, but I want to enjoy this. Maybe watch something on Netflix, maybe read, and then when it gets a little chillier, get back in the car and get warm where it's cozy. So for now, I'm gonna cook, make some burgers. I'll show you when I'm done. Oh yeah, can't wait. Starving. Oh yeah. Hey guys, I hope you can see me. So it's about 7:45, so I slept in a little bit today. It's a really nice morning. It's not that chilly. I would say it's in the low to mid 40s. And I'm going to show you how I make coffee, not only out here on this trip, but it's how I make it every morning. Normally when I go to the gym, I go in the gym and take my shower and shave and get all ready for the day for work or whatever. And then actually out of the back of my car, I normally make it. It's still usually dark, so I kind of have a little bit of privacy there. And I try to park where people don't, think something weird's going on. But let me show you real quick. I'm gonna have to either get my jet boil fixed or replaced, but the threads from the jet boil that go onto this got stripped, and so it doesn't go on there anymore. So I have my camp stove. So basically, got a good sized thing of fuel here. Do this in the morning. What I do is get my coffee cup. Let me grab that real quick. Water, and I just do it in reverse. I fill up depending on how much coffee I want to make that day. I'm going to make just kind of an average amount today. So right there. All right, so we'll pour it in the titanium pot. Turn that on kind of high. And then I like 2 Splenda in my coffee, so I put that in there. Get 2 Splenda. While that water is boiling, we'll do this. We do drip coffee, so got a paper filter. This is a number 2 filter. All right, I have some ground coffee here. I think this is French vanilla, and it comes with a measuring cup I have. It's got somewhere, I don't forget, for coffee. We'll do about 1.5 scoops, depends how much water I put in there. Now I'm all ready, and I'm just gonna wait for the water to boil. All right, we have a rolling boil, so we'll turn that off. And then, it's not rocket scientist, we're just gonna slow drip this. I use a freezer quartz Ziploc bag to put all the coffee grounds in, so it doesn't leak all over my car. All right, so that you're basically done. If you like it black, you're set. I put some creamer in there. I've always said I like a little coffee with my cream and sugar. All right. And that's it. Let's get going. All right, it's starting to get a little chilly once you're out there for a little while. So let's get this car started, get the heater going. The car generally, I normally crack the windows a little bit so the windows don't fog up too much, but I didn't last night. It was gonna be chilly last night, so I rolled them all up. So yeah, we'll get some defrost going here and get going to our first destination. Good morning. Day 2 of this adventure, and as you saw, I just left camp, and it's 8 o'clock right now, and I'm driving southbound about 10 miles. It's in the direction of where we're going today, but we're going to turn off, go about 2-3 miles over to Starbucks again. I'm going to grab my coffee I have here and maybe buy a pastry or something there, but I'm going to sit in it's still pretty chilly. That's the one thing about the Sierras, even though it's in the low 40s, we're not doing anything crazy today. I don't need to get there first thing this morning, or I would be, as you guys know, I'm an early riser. I'd already be there. And I want to have the sun up when I go to this one thing that we're going to do, which I'll tell you. Actually, I'll tell you what we're doing, the first thing we're doing right now. And we're going to a really unusual geological site. It is, like I said, I'm going to Mammoth, near the ski resort, but we're going to Starbucks. When you get back on the 395, when we leave Starbucks and get back on the 395, we're going to be going towards Bishop. pretty quick, within a mile or two, you get to where the small airport is. And this geological site is, I'll put the name of it here in text, but it is kind of north and east, so just behind, as you're on the 395, it's kind of north and east of the airport, not very far, maybe 2, 3, 4 miles, I think. But we're gonna go check it out. It will be prettier and look nicer if the sun is up, so we're gonna wait an hour or two or whatever. I need to work on uploading my next PCT video, so we're gonna do all that. And heck, I forgot to say this before, but this is basically vacation for me. So although we're doing hikes and activities, I do like to chill. And as you know, I mean, I'm eventually, hopefully next summer, going to be on the road full time doing this kind of stuff. But right now I live and work. I live in my car, but I work in my area. So I do live and do the nomadic lifestyle, but I stay in one area. And because of that, I use the coffee shops a lot for Wi-Fi. It's basically my office. So until I can be on the road and maybe afford Starlink or something, I'm going to have to depend on coffee shops. So that's where we're going, and I enjoy it. And so we'll do that, and we have another adventure planned after that, and see what other kind of trouble we can get in today. And we have a different campsite for tonight, which I'll tell you about later and show you. And it's going to be another beautiful day, right around 70. We're going to be lower, so not up in the mountains as much, so it's not going to be as cool. It'll be not hot, but it'll be around 70, I think, today. And that's it. Let's get it going.
Voices inside my head used to be my only friend, but they go silent when you're around. I hope you'll stay till the end, but I keep walking right into your arms and keep on falling. Falling with you, I'm standing with you, got it all in my hands, but I don't know how to breathe. I'm walking outside, taking in all the air, but I don't know how to breathe. I'm fading away under the lights, but I figured it out, this is all 'cause of you. I'm standing.
Good morning, good morning. Day 2 of this adventure, and hope you enjoyed that hot creek geological site. If you leave there and you want to come here to Convict Lake, where I am now, it's only about 7.5 miles. When you're there, you're, like I said, about northeast of the airport at Mammoth Airport, and then you come back to the 395 go about 1.5 miles southbound, and then you get off and go the opposite southwest, and it's not very far. It wasn't very far. Anyway, my first time here, very pretty, man. This lake, I've seen it in many videos. I just wanted to see it for myself. With my groin the way it is, it's not hurting right now. It's a little swollen, but it doesn't hurt too bad. I didn't want to do anything. I had some much harder hikes planned, but let's do this one together. Check it out. It's 2.5 miles just around the edge of the lake. About 181 feet of total elevation, so nothing too bad. And man, it's just super pretty so far. I don't know if I can show you this. This is water coming from somewhere. See if I can show it here. See if I can show it there. Let's see if I'm showing it to you nice. A nice little waterfall into the lake. A lot of fishermen here, fisher people. Anyway, I was starting to say it's 2.5 miles. Man, it hurts. And about 181 feet. The only thing that's going to be iffy, I brought my pole here to do the selfie stick kind of on my intro, but also there's a river crossing. Now there's fear mongering on I got this from All Trails. Man, is this pretty? Let me show you. Look where I'm going. There's fear mongering. You never know people's levels of ability and what they're scared of and what they're not. All Trails are people that say things are really tough and they're not. And there's things that are very dangerous and very hard, and people blow it off and pretend like it's nothing. So same with the Far Out app on PCT, but there's a river crossing. I heard it's decently good size because it's still a lot of snow melt from this big winter, but who knows. But I have a hiking pole in case I need to use it for my balance. So besides that, I'm going to put it away in my backpack till I get there. Yeah, I'm starting to say a lot of people fish here. It must be a really good fishing lake. That's something that I'm going to introduce into my channel soon. I've got to decide if I want to do spinning reels or fly or both, so I have to decide that. So that's about it. I'm going to keep this as short as possible. Super pretty. There's a bunch of, if you ever come here, it's very neat. I mean, there's campgrounds you can reserve. I'm sure they book up fast. Just random tables. I'm this close to the lake. It's right there. I'm on a little paved path. This ends here just a little bit, and then it'll be dirt. So let's get it on, baby. All right, guys, I'm about a half mile from the car, and I thought I'd just give you a couple pro tips on this hike. It's my first time here. I decided to go clockwise, so I started over there. I can't see my finger, but I went around that way. One of the good things is if I left at I think I started at 10:15 in the morning over there. It was shady side, so on a warm day like today, it's not hot, but it's like 75, maybe 70. It's like perfect, literally a slight breeze and 70, but in the sun, you know, like right now I'm exposed, it's warm. But if you go on that side, you go clockwise, you get in the shade for about the first half of the hike. Yeah, I didn't see any comments in the All Trails app about which way to go, so I just picked one. And also, the out part of this trail, when you end, is right by my car, so I thought, well, I might as well finish by the car. The thing I remembered is I forgot to say was, well, actually, I'm gonna start with one more thing. This is an exceptionally easy hike. And I'm dealing with what I think now is a hernia, and it was a very easy hike for me. It says it's 181 feet climb, but I bet you it was 50 feet at the most. Even that wasn't steep, just little steps here and there. So I think if you're elderly or older or really out of shape, you could do this hike no problem. 2.5 miles. I'm gonna do it in under an hour, and I'm filming and waiting for people to go by. It's crowded. It's a Wednesday, end of September, and which would be less touristy normally, but there's a lot of people out here, man. This is perfect weather. Perfect. I mean, literally not hot, not cold, slight breeze. You can see it's stunningly beautiful. But last thing I was gonna say, I think I was saying this when I got stung by the wasp, that nasty wasp, but is that there was one creek crossing I was starting to talk about. And you don't know when people fearmonger whether it's hard, not hard. I showed it over there. Remember, I have a different experience because I've done the PCT and a bunch of other trails that were way, let's just say, very dangerous, potentially hike-ending injuries if you fall or slip. That river crossing had 2 spots. It wasn't dangerous at all. Somebody was nice enough to put some good-sized logs in there. But there's comments about them being slippery, this and that. If you have hiking poles, I didn't even pull my hiking pole out. I just went slow. I even filmed it, so one hand was filming. So it wasn't dangerous at all, but remember, it's all about our comfort level. So if you come out here, maybe bring poles if you're not super good with that. Also, it's end of September, so there's not as much snow melt, so I'm sure the water levels are much higher and it's much more dangerous. And you know what I would do, because of my experiences, if for some reason it was too sketchy or slippery or the water was too deep, I just walk through it. I know a lot of other people are not prepared enough to have like trail runners or things that can get wet where they can dry off. I've crossed so many creeks in my shoes that it's normal, but I could say before I started the PCT, I would never walk in the water with my shoes. A lot of fishermen out here. People stand at paddle boards, canoes, kayaks, actual boats, fishing boats. All right, let's get to the car.
This old habit's got a hold on me, won't let go of me. This old habit's got a grip on me, won't set me free, won't leave me be. I can't shake it, I can't break it, I can't get away from you. I can't shake it, I can't break it, I can't get away from you, you pull me in. You're sweet, although it is too much for me. You got me on my knees. I know I should just walk away, but you're holding on me. I can't shake it, I can't break it, I can't get away from you, you pull me in. I can't shake it.
All right, guys, so we're bringing you, I want to find a place to camp here hopefully tonight at Alabama Hills. It's outside of Lone Pine, California, BLM land. I haven't been here in years, and they have greatly restricted how many places are left to actually camp out here. It's almost ridiculous. Thankfully, it's not very busy. It's a Wednesday, and it's almost October, so it's still around 80 right now. So it's going to be a nice night. But there's a map. I'm going to go look at it one more time, but it shows like the few areas that you still can camp. So, but we are on the Mobius Arch Loop Trail, and this is a rock formation. I've been here years ago. I probably filmed it, but it's been a long time, and I'm sure if you're newer to my channel, you've never seen it. But this is a big loop. I'm not going to do the whole loop because we're kind of running late. It's like 4:30 right now. Not that that's super late, but it gets dark about 7:30. I've still got to try to find a place to set up camp, make some dinner, relax a little bit. So instead of doing the whole loop, we're going to go the short way that I remember it. Hopefully I am. And we'll get a picture of it. It's pretty neat. It's a natural phenomena. But the whole area is very interesting. The rock formations are really great. All right, let's find this thing. All right, there's the back side of it. Maybe we'll go to the front real quick and check it out. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, it's pretty neat. All the rocks there, the whole loop, like I said, is pretty amazing, but we just have enough time for that. I wanted to show you that. When you're out here, you should check it out. Hopefully, if we get a good spot for tonight, it's totally worth it. And guess what? It's the right price. It's free. All right, let's see if we can find a place. All right, found a spot for camping. As long as they have this insignia here, you can camp here. I'm gonna sleep in my car anyway. But yeah, you're not supposed to have fires. People are just such idiots. That's why we lose all these privileges, you guys. People do this, but really cool place. And the neatest thing, it's called Lone Ranger Canyon. Lone Ranger Canyon, I like that. So it is warm. It's probably in the high 70s right now. So I think what I'm gonna do is, you know, fix my like table and my stove, and I think I'm gonna make hot dogs tonight. Since we can't do a fire or anything, I'm just gonna maybe boil them in water, but just have a relaxing time, have something cold to drink, and put my chair up and just relax here and read and maybe watch something on Netflix. So that's my plan right now. Very cool here. I was set up over there. It's hard to show you, but man, was it narrow. It was so narrow, and I was kind of worried about trying to get out of there in the morning. I don't know why. So I just, thought this would be much safer. I can sleep right here. And in the morning, I just go out this way. It's wide open. And I'm back on the main, I think it's called Movie Road. Made a lot of movies out here. So, yeah, so let's get all set up. All right. I gotta say, it's really nice out here right now. Like I said, it's probably high 70s in the sun, but I mean, it literally is like about 62 with a nice cool breeze right here. So let's eat some hot dogs and then say what to do. There's no cell service out here. Mm-hmm. Mustard and onions, baby. That's all I have. Well, good morning. Day 3 of this adventure, and we're starting to head on the way back home, but we're going to have 2 short stops before we get there. I camped successfully last night at, Alabama Hills. Had a nice spot there. It was a warm night, like I said, so it didn't get that cold or chilly. I left, made that coffee as you saw, and left camp at 7:30. It's going to be a warmer one today, like 80 something, so it'll be nice to get more south, and when I get home it'll be cooler because I'll be by the beach. But we're going to check out 2 spots. These aren't going to be like incredibly awesome, but I think part of what I'm doing, and when I'm officially out on the road all the time, is like right now I'm going to go to a place called Dirty Socks Hot Springs. That's right, and it's not that impressive or incredible, but so part of it is to look at sites. It's a hot springs, I guess. It's not that impressive, I guess. It's very small, and it's not very far off the road. But I'm also like kind of researching for places to camp. You can, I guess, camp overnight. So, once I get on the road, and I'll be hitting up the Sierras a lot when I'm on the road officially, depending on the time of year. And I want a place that's free to just camp. I suppose you could just camp out there and sleep in a tent or in a car. And so that's what I'm kind of doing, is I'm scouting out and check this out, but also if it's a place I can stay at. So when I did some of the hikes yesterday and the day before, I also found a bunch of other spots that that people are boondocking and sleeping at. By the way, what's the best platform, you guys that are more technical than me? Is it Google, or what's the best platform if I want to start putting marking my spot, places that I go to that I want to remember later on? What's the best place? Is it Google, or is there another app I can use where I can start, marking my spots and tagging that spot? So let me know if there's something you use. And so we're gonna go to this one, and then I found another place on the way south by Ridgecrest that's also just off the main road that I want to stop by too. So I'll let you know what that one is when we get closer. But let's go. I think it was about 30 miles from Alabama Hills to this first place. And like I said, we're going down the 395 towards home, so it'll be right off the road. I don't think it's super far, and we'll check it out. Come along with me. Well, that put a chinks in the plan there, boy. Whew. I'm literally, I had to drive, if you can see where I'm going here, the 395. The 395 is that way. I drove 4.5 miles, and I'm literally a quarter mile from the turnoff to the hot spring, and the road's closed. Because of the giant storms we had this winter, it washed out this road. This road goes to Death Valley. We're pretty far away, like 100 miles, 90 miles away from Death Valley, but the road got washed out in quite a few places, so they've got to fix it. But they've closed the road to this hot springs. It's only about 4.5 miles off the freeway. And I'm literally a quarter mile from the turnoff to go to hot springs, and it's road. I could go through there, but I don't want to get in trouble. So, oh well for that. We'll have to do it next time, I guess. So we're going back to the 395 and going south, and then by Ridgecrest we're going to go to a new place. Let me see what it's called. It's called Fossil Falls Trail, and it's literally only about 0.5 of a mile, so half a mile round trip. But I guess it's got unusual lava formations and stuff. So I don't know. We're gonna go check it out. It's on the way and right off the road, so we'll check that out. And that'll be our last stop before getting home. So let's go check it out. I don't know how far it is. I'm gonna put it in my Google here as soon as I finish doing this video. All right, so we're about to look at this. It's some of the pictures look pretty amazing. It's not very long. It's literally the cars are right there if you can see them. It's a half mile at the most round trip, I guess, depending on how far you go. But yeah, I just want to see these formations, and it happened to be right off the road on the way home, so why not, right? All right, let's check it out. All right, guys, that's about it. I'm trying to find my way back to the car. It's not very far. It's literally a quarter mile. But that was really great. If I want to spend more time, you can kind of go down this way and get to the bottom and hike down in the bottom part. I may have done that if I wasn't kind of at the end of my trip and want to get home. When I do these trips, it'll be nice when I'm on the road full time because I'll have everything I need with me and I don't have to go back and forth to storage unit or any of that kind of stuff. I have car camping stuff, hiking stuff, random stuff. So the car is always full of just stuff everywhere. So get home, put everything away in my storage unit and start working and editing on this video. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know your thoughts. There's so much out here. It's amazing how much old lava stuff there is out here. Hot springs everywhere. I can't wait to start exploring that and try to find some of these. There's some that are harder to find that are not secret, but kind of semi-secret. So the locals a lot of times don't want people coming out there, but it's totally legal and legit. So anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you thought. And don't forget to subscribe and like if you haven't already. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye.